Hello, everyone, and welcome to 100% You, a podcast which is all about discovering who you're truly meant to be and becoming the best version of yourself. I'm your host, Barbara, and I've been on the self development journey for the past 15 years and spiritual journey for the past 13 years. In today's episode, we're going to talk about why sometimes quitting is the right thing to do in order to protect your energy. For me personally, this is one of the things that was really, really hard to change throughout the years. Once I understood how much power there is in knowing where to quit, it made everything different. So, let's start with today's episode. I hope you're gonna enjoy it. So, you know this feeling when you start doing something, maybe it's something that you worked for a few days, a few weeks, maybe even a few months, and even a few years. And at some point, you get this intuition that it's not the right way for you. You have the intuition that maybe you should quit this, maybe you should stop this, maybe you should change and pivot, maybe you should just start something new completely from scratch. But you have this intuition that, this little intuition of, I need to do something different. Usually, once you have this intuition, you will have situations that will basically reflect to you that you really need to change. So it can be really in any situation in your life. It can be maybe a work project that you're doing, it can be moving apartments, it can be going study somewhere or quitting from degree you sign up to. It can be the wrong relationship. It can be anything that you just have this intuition of it's not working anymore, or I need to change this, or I need to go to something completely different. Now, what happens here? And as I learned, we need to listen to the first intuition because the first intuition knows what it's saying, especially when you are connected to yourself. I do try to, feel it and not be very straightforward. And if I have the smallest intuition, just like quit something that I work on for months or weeks or years. But once you understand that this intuition is a really big sign, you must take it seriously. Usually, the small intuition, what we need to do is basically look at it as a point of energy. Something is blocked here, something needs to be released, something needs to be changed, something needs to be transformed. And try to go deep and understand what is the blocked energy there, resistance. Like try to really see it because sometimes it can be maybe a fear that you have, maybe sometimes it's literally you need to pivot and change. You need to go deep and understand what is the energy there. Now, what most of the people doing is that if they have the small intuition, they just usually what most people are doing is taking this intuition and forget about this or trying to ignore it completely because they worked so hard for this or they invested so much money, so much energy, so much anything basically on this project or on this thing, on whatever you're doing. And this is the wrong way to go. Because again, if we look at the point of view of energy, there is a blocked energy right here in this container, in this field, in this whatever you're doing. And when you have the intuition, it's a sign that something needs to be changed and you need to understand what. Now, most of the people also can be afraid or afraid from making a change, from stepping to something new. They're afraid to disappoint me. People will put this for aside in a second because this is a whole different topic and you will need to go through this. But the thing is, once you have the first intuition, if you don't really do anything with that, you will start seeing situation that will reflect that. Because when there's something you need to change, the universe will not be easy on you. It will keep sending signs. It will keep sending things that will show you really clearly that you must change or do something else. So let's say if you're in a relationship and you had intuition about this is not my person, this is definitely not going for marriage. So once you have this intuition, if you did nothing about this, you will just have situation that basically will show you more that this is not this until you will take this step in order to change it. If you're doing degree that you're not happy in or took a job that you're not happy in, so the small intuition will start showing up as big things that will reflect that you took the wrong direction. It can be maybe a bunch of different opportunities in a completely different field. It may be an angry boss that yells at you the whole time. It may be that people will be disappointed at you. It may be low grades. It can be anything basically. It can be maybe that you're not getting accepted to job interviews that you're trying to be accepted if you want to some kind of degree. The universe will show you that something needs to be changed. So, from a point of view of energy, as I said, there's block energy, something needs to be released. Then the second thing is that if you're not doing anything with that, it will be louder and louder and louder because the energy needs to be transformed. And if you don't do it yourself, the universe will help you to see it clearly, very clearly. Now, why is it important to know when to quit? Because eventually, if there is something else for you, currently it doesn't has the right vessel to hold the new thing. So I can give you example for myself, my own things. So since summer 2025, I worked on a beauty app, okay? This was not my idea, it was my father's idea. I just took it because I needed money and I needed to do something, and I was really excited about building an app, but eventually it was not my purpose. I was building my sunglasses brand and I just knew that I must earn money somehow. And I did not want to look for a job because I realized that I cannot work under anyone because I used to work for people, but I just realized that I'm not there. Like, I don't want to do it anymore. So I took the idea of doing the app and I built it for a few months. And honestly, building the beauty app opened so many doors for me, many doors. First of all, many incredible people I got to meet thanks to that. Second, I learned how to build apps. I did many things and really cool things, and actually building that app, thanks to me being super devoted to building it, I literally worked on this for months. From the morning till night, I was sitting and trying to build something without really understanding what I'm doing, but learning throughout the way. Because I already had the skill of building app, I had the idea of building for myself an app for my own spiritual journey, goal setting, all of that. And I really want to create a tool. So because I had the skills on how to build an app, I just knew how to build a different app for my own use. And I started building this app. Later on, I can tell you that I got accepted for accelerator with this app. And I don't know if I already launched the app or not. When you're listening to this episode, I hope I did launch because I recorded this episode a while ago. But if not, it will be launched soon. So the beauty app that I built gave me the opportunity to build something completely different. Now, once I realized that I need to actually start selling the app, the beauty app that I built, and start to like actually launch it, I started having so much doubt, and I had the first intuition of like, I don't want to do this. Not because I don't believe in the product. I really believe in the product. I think it's one of the best apps there is for cosmeticians and beauty in the beauty industry in Israel, but didn't want to be recognized as someone in this industry. I didn't want to devote another hour of my life sitting and building a cosmetician app because this is completely not my industry. I don't like this whole industry. I do like wellness. I do like all of this, but all the Botox and, going to it's not me. Like, I don't like it. I don't believe in this. So I was really frustrated, and for a few months, okay, from December till late March, yeah, late March, even the beginning of April, definitely till the beginning of April, I didn't know what to do. Yeah, it was till mid of April even, okay? I didn't know what to do because I didn't want to launch it. My inner gut feeling, I didn't want to launch it because I knew that if I'll launch it, I had a feeling it can be successful. And if it's not going to be successful, I was also fine with that. But if it will be successful, I knew that I will need to devote and invest my own time to work on this app and I just didn't want to invest any more time on this. And I was so frustrated because I didn't know what to do. So it was in my head for such a long time of like, do I need to launch this app or not? And also, I really did a huge build up on LinkedIn. So people knew that I'm building something. VCs send me messages of trying to understand what I'm building. I met even with a few investors, and I was in the mindset of like, I don't really care. I'm just glad to meet people, that people will know who I am, but I wasn't in the mindset of I'm going to sell this, I'm going to raise money. Like it wasn't my idea at all. Like I just want to make fast money. That's why I built it, and I just want to sell the app, or I didn't even know that I want to sell the app, but the mindset was that I want to make it as quick as possible and don't touch it anymore in order to start building something else that I really like. And for me, the hardest thing was to stand in front of my father and tell him that I'm not going to build it because I spent so many months on building this app. I did not see any money from this. And just so you understand, I did talk to like 200, 300 customers, potential customers. So I started doing cold calling for potential customers. So I was in a loop of talking to people and customers, but I didn't do like a proper launch. And I also realized that I need to change things in order to, like, in terms of the pricing and branding and everything. So it was a lot of work. And for a few good months, like 2, 3 months, I was basically not really working on the app, but I was considered as working on the app. Like I was telling everyone that I'm working on this. I told my father that I'm working on this, and people didn't understand why I don't launch the app. And basically, like all I did, my whole time, my whole brain was consumed with, do I want to launch it? Do I not want to launch it? Do I want to launch it? Do I not want to launch it? So like all I was thinking about is whether I want to launch it or not. And like my gut feeling, my inner knowing was I don't want to launch it because but okay, you got the story. I said it a few times already. So if we look at this from a zoom out for a second, what basically I did, I had idea for something else. So I already realized that I knew that I want to build Breeze, of course. And I realized that I want to build the app for the meditation because I saw that it can actually work. And I really thought it's a good idea to combine it with the podcast branding. So thinking about this, it was for me a mess in my head. So what happened is that my entire mind was consumed with this cosmetician app, and I had the idea of doing something else, a different app. But because all of the intention, all of the energy that I had, it doesn't matter if I actually worked on the app or not, was stored in my head that I didn't know what to do. I didn't take any decision whether I'm quitting or not because I was so afraid of quitting because just spent like 8 months on building something. And I felt so bad if I'll not launch the app. So my mind was consumed with this energy about the cosmetician app. And what happened, I didn't had the right vessel to hold the new thing that might be much more relevant for me. And I can tell you right now, it's much more me, I feel much more tuned to myself once I realize I want to quit with the cosmetician app. And it doesn't matter if it's the best app in the world. I don't want to spend another minute on building this and selling this. I don't want my name to be connected to the beauty industry in Israel. Like, I don't want to do this. I love fashion. I love wellness. I love those kind of stuff. It's fine, but not cosmetics. Maybe one day I'll build my own healthcare, whatever brand, but this is a different topic. But I didn't want to be connected to that industry. So when you don't take a decision, basically, there's a separation of energy. Your whole energy is surrounded by those two decisions you might take. So there's part of your energy going to the decision of quitting, part of your energy going to not quitting, and you're kind of in the middle. And because you don't take the decision, and I took the decision many times of I'm doing the app. I took the decision multiple times. I'm keeping doing the app. I'm gonna launch it. And every time I took the decision, it didn't felt right. It just didn't felt right. But I felt bad because my logical mind was, but how can you like quit this after a few months? And I didn't really care to quit this, but I just was so afraid of my father's reaction mainly. And today I can tell you that, and I had this situation many times in my life where I spent really a lot too long on taking decision. I also had it when I was 21 and I signed up to study in university. I told the story here. Eventually I started study at 23 years old or 24. 24. Yeah, I was 24. So the first time I signed up to university, I was 21 and I decided to quit. And 6 months before I started my studies, I realized that I don't want to study. And because I had a lot of pressure for my environment for 6 whole months, I knew in my inner knowing that I don't want to do the degree next year. But because I had all of this pressure and I was not sure about myself. Honestly, I wasn't trusting myself. I wasn't trusting my intuition fully. I was very devoted in this decision for 6 months. For 6 months, I was in this whole, should I do it? Should I not do it? Should I do it? Should I not do it? And what happened during the 6 months? My energy was scattered. It was fragmented. So the whole thing here is that even if you took a decision, you made the decision and you don't feel right and you don't really fully feel committed to it. So it's probably not the right decision. You'll probably need to take the other decision and you just feel very, and you probably were scared to take the decision. But the whole thing is that everything is energy. So again, if you want something new to your life, so let's say your intention right now, you want to live a happier life, you want to be wealthy, you want to be successful, you want to be I don't know, healthier. So you have the intention, you have the highest goal of what you want. Now you have maybe different options and you don't necessarily not know what will be the right direction to go. So what you're doing here, so you have the intention. So in order to receive what you want, you need to build, and we talked about this in so many episodes, you need to build the right vessel to hold what you want. The vessel is your foundation. The same way as you build a home, a house, you need the foundation, the core structure. The same thing about anything you want in your life. You need the base, you need the foundation that will hold everything else that you want. I set the intention, I want to build successful business, okay? So I had different options that were related to this area of I want to build successful business. Now, what does it mean to build successful business for me? I need to sit with myself and understand, and I had my own things of what does it mean to have successful business. But eventually to get there, I need to put all my energy toward one decision, because once I put all my energy toward one decision, whether it's quitting or not quitting, and in that second, as we said, if you have the intuition, you will get reflections of things that will show you and scream louder to you that you might need to quit or stop this. And I had the situation with the cosmetician app. I just had it louder and louder and louder that I knew that I need to stop this. Although it was really scary to do it and put everything that I built for a few months and all the buildup that I did on LinkedIn and everywhere basically that everyone talked to me about, and to say, I'm not doing this. So we had the intuition, I said, and then you need to make the decision in order to build the right vessel to hold something that will get you to the success that I want, to the successful business. If I'll not make a decision and I'll be scattered in two directions. So I want this, maybe I want this, maybe I want this. So let's just go with the flow and hopefully something will happen. I am separating my energy. I don't focus my energy toward one thing, and because I don't focus my energy towards one thing, I don't build this vessel, this foundation that will build a successful business that I want. So quitting here, once I understood that it's not right for me and it was really scary to take this decision, and I saw that I had reflections again and again and again, what I did is basically spend a lot of energy and time towards the middle situation. The middle situation is waiting for something to change. And the only waiting, and of course sometimes you need this waiting and something to ripe in order to become what you want. But sometimes this waiting period is just you not deciding. And I think relationship is like the easiest example for this. I saw so many couples, so many people throughout the years that thought about, had the intuition of maybe this is not my person. And then for a few long months, they just kept in this relationship, although they had the intuition, and then they had reflection of something not working. So yeah, I'm all for work on the stuff, but at the same time, your energy is so sacred. And if you're not looking at your energy as the most meaningful, the most special, the most valuable thing you have, the same way the universe will treat you. If you'll treat your energy as the most important thing in your life, you will get the same results back. So when you keep doing something that doesn't feel right for you, doesn't fully feel right for you, you're wasting your energy and you're not building the vessel to hold what you actually want, because eventually you will need to build the vessel. So why not starting building the vessel right now? And it's hard, and we talked about this in many, many episodes, but this is just a reminder for you. If you want something and you set the intention to get something, look what is blocking you to get to what you want. And I know it's scary because I've been there so many times, and I just gave like a more big examples, but I have so many also small examples that I had and still have. And you just need to know to let go of things that are not serving you anymore. So if you feel that you need to do some kind of things in order to get to the highest intention of what you want, see what do you need to release. Maybe you need to release some kind of a contract you have. Maybe you need to release a friend from your life. Maybe you need to release, stop going to a specific place or events. See what is basically holding you back and where is the energy blocked that is not helping you to get what you want. Because once you release this energy, you're helping the energy to flow much more easily. And when it's flowing much more easily, you can take this energy and basically put it into form, build this foundation, build a vessel that will hold eventually what you want. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I'll see you next week. Bye.